It's the 27th of March. It's about 11 o'clock in the morning. I'm just running off to London for the rest of the day. And I just thought, you know what? Looking at what's going on in the sky, I'm doing so many readings for people at the moment that I'm seeing so many different life stories right across the social spectrum. And yet all of their charts seem to hold the same story, whether it is the ongoing Grand Cross pattern, or particularly the coming new moon, or whether it is the ongoing movements of Saturn in mid-Scorpio. And yet the patterns in people's charts seem to be, on the one hand, consistent with what I might expect from a modernistic astrological perspective, but on the other hand, there's something different. And it's just in the last couple of weeks. And it's quite likely that the difference I'm about to talk about is because I'm changing, and because as an observer and a participant in my astrological processes with clients, of course I affect them, although I try not to. Nevertheless, a few days ago I talked about Uranus and saying that people either experience Uranus as drama and crisis and unpredictability and sudden change, or they experience Uranus as stimulus, innovation, novelty, originality. And it's not so much the nature of the aspect, although that does have a deal to do with it. It is much more people's choice of perception. And my current argument is that if people find themselves in an unmovable, inflexible rut, if they're rooted in where they are and they don't want change, then of course when change comes, they're going to experience it as disruptive and chaotic. However, those people that are willing to embrace change, who are open to stimulus, innovation, flexibility, are going to experience change in a much more independent and libertarian way. Similarly, I'm referring to the Grand Cross. In many ways, a lot of people's lifestyles are being directly challenged. Relationships are breaking down, careers are not so much ending as changing, residential status is changing, or the people are changing. Lots of things are going on at the day-by-day level for a good 30% of you out there, which is outside of the norm, and it's going to get crazier in the coming month. So you can either choose to do the headless chicken, which is what most people will do, and go, oh my God, my life is falling apart, poor me, why is it happening? Or you can go, actually, what's happening is because it was the right time for it to happen, and I'm outgrowing this and things are moving on, so let's work with it, let's see where this goes, even though it's a bit scary. Similarly with Saturn. Now that Saturn's standing still and beginning to move forward, I'm seeing a lot of people, particularly those born in the second week of November, May, August and February, those who are being squared, opposed or conjuncted by Saturn. I'm seeing a lot of people going, oh yeah, Saturn's squaring my sun, and Saturn's opposing my sun, or Saturn's on my sun. And many of them, 60-70%, are doing the archetypal thing of hunkering down and throwing away loads of clothes and books and papers and putting a skip outside the house and streamlining and clearing and eliminating and all that type of Saturn and Scorpio stuff. Great. Others are bemoaning the fact that their life is so hard, but there's a 10 to 20% who are going, no, bring it on. I want this Saturn energy. It's giving me structure. It's giving me discipline, self-discipline. It's helping me live within my own boundaries instead of those pushed on me by others. And it's giving me a solid sense of clear guideline on how to live my life for the future. Again, it's down to perception. We could even do this at a more localized level with the new moon that's coming up, or with a minor Mars transit. Mars hits your sun or Venus, or the new moon in a couple of days' time, conjunct Uranus. Do we see this as a 2 or 3 day time where we've got to shut up, put up, zip the lip, walk away, as I have said to a few clients, but then I've also said, but don't suppress or repress it. Instead, express it through down the gym, or in the bedroom, or dig in the garden, or walking the dog. You can either choose to see these energies as suppressive and repressive and challenging, or as windows of opportunity. And more, I'm trying to get people to see these timings that come up according to the nature of the chart as windows of opportunity to grab their life by the balls, twist a little bit and shape it into the way they want it to be, instead of continuing to play the game. So at the end of the day, folks, hippy dippy though it may seem, it's all about perception. Change your perception, change your world. Catch you later.